This video also can be considered as Vedic fundamentals. I made several videos before. You can go to my channel. In the playlist Vedic lessons, you can understand the various parts. This is beautifully written by Maharishi Dhananand Saraswati on the main subject matter of Vedas. The Vedas treat of 4 classes of subjects: Vijnana, which is called as philosophy; Karma, that is deeds or actions; Upasana, communion with Almighty God; and Jnana, which is knowledge in general. Of all these, the first, that is Vijnana, takes the precedence of all. It means a realization in knowledge of all things from a blade of grass to Almighty God. The first and foremost rank is occupied by the realization of God. He being the highest of all entities, the Vedas chiefly treat him. That this is so is clear from the following quotation of Katha Upanishad and other Upanishads. Katha Upanishad says, Sarve Veda yat padama mananti tapangsi sarvani cha yad vadanti yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti tatte padam sangrahena bravimayo mittayetat. Yamacharya says to Nachiketa, Om, that is, God is the highest seat to which men attain in what is called as emancipation or moksha. It is characterized by the realization of Almighty God. It is full of all bliss and devoid of all pains. All the Vedas have their main topic Brahma, the most highest. All righteous deeds are performed and religious austerities are absorbed with a view to fit oneself to his realization. We follow Brahmacharya to realize that Almighty God. The object of the performance of the duties of the 4 ashramas, which is the stages of life: the Brahmacharya, the life of a religious student; the Grahastha, the life of a householder; Vanaprastha, the life of an ascetic; and Sannyasa, the life of a religious teacher who has renounced the world, is attainment of the Almighty God. The learned desire to reach Him by concentrating their mind upon Him and by proclaiming His glory. I will tell you briefly, O Nachiketa, the seat is this Brahma. Yoga Shastra says, Tasya Vachaka Pranavaha. The sacred word Om is denoting to Almighty God. Taittiriya Aranyaka says, Om iti Brahma. The name of the Brahma is Om. Yajurveda says, Om Kam Brahm. Om is the name of all-pervading Brahma. Mundaka Upanishad 1/5 says, there are 2 kinds of knowledge contained in the Vedas, the Para and the Apara. That knowledge by means of which we know all the things from the earth and a blade of a grass to the Prakriti and learn their proper use is called as Apara Vidya, and by which one knows that Almighty God who is invisible, omnipresent, etc. is called as Para Vidya. Naturally, the Para Vidya is much superior to the Apara Vidya. Mundaka Upanishad 1/6 Yat tadadrishayam magra Hyam agrotram avarnam chakshuhu kshotram tadapanipadam Nityam vibhum sarvagatam sushukshamam tada avyayam yad bhutayonim paripashyanti dhiraha. Dhiraha means yogis. Men of steadfast wisdom, that is the yogis, see Him who is invisible. God is invisible, incapable of being grasped or comprehended. God is without any family connection and caste. God is without organs of sight and hearing. God is without hands and feet. God is eternal, all-pervading, omnipresent, the most subtle, immutable, and the source of all the beings. Rigveda mantra says, Tad Vishnoho paramam padam sada pashyanti suryaha diviva chakshura tatam. The learned at all the times see the highest seat of all-pervading God called moksha, which is attained by the men through the adoption of the best possible means and is the highest beatitude. It extends everywhere and is not limited by time, space, and matter. God's essence being all-pervading, that seat is attainable by all the men at all the times and all the places. As the eye is able to exercise its function in the space filled by the sunlight, so man is capable of attaining that seat everywhere and always, for God exists in everything and at all times. Moksha being the best possible object of desire, the learned seek to obtain it. This is the reason why the Vedas accord it a special treatment. So the subject matter of all the, or the object of all the Vedas is to attain Almighty God. Vyas Muni says, Tattu Samanvayat. God is the subject matter of all the Vedas because such is the appropriate interpretation of all the texts in Vedanta Shastra 1 by 1 by 4. Yajurveda 8 by 36. Yasmanna jatah paro annayo astiya avivesha bhuvanani vishva prajapatehi prajaya sangrarana strini jyotingashi sachate sa shodashi. There exists no other object superior to the Supreme Being Almighty God. God supports all the creatures and He is therefore called as Prajapati, the Lord of all the creatures, pervades all the worlds and bestows the highest bliss on all the beings. He has filled the creation with the three lights, Trini. The mantra says Trini, Jyoting. These three lights are the fire, the sun and the electricity to illuminate. He has created the 16 kalas, or the 16 kalas exist inside him. God is therefore the ultimate objects of the Vedas. Mandukya Upanishad says, He is Akshara, whose name is Om. God is called Akshara because He never perishes and because He pervades the moving and the non-moving creation. All the Vedas and the Shastras and the whole universe itself have God alone as the chief subject of their exposition. This is said in Mandukya Upanishad. God is therefore the chief topic of all. What a beautiful explanation. I will come back with more information. Please go through my other videos also. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.